Thanks for clicking. You're listening to Time In with yours truly, Tommy Crenshaw. With me, as always, the amazing Ricardo Lungus.
Tommy. What's going on today, Tommy?
Hey, Ricardo.
How's the world been treating you, Tommy?
The world's been treating me well. There's just a lot of great sports going on.
How's the kids?
Everything's fine. Everybody's good. We're all eating our Wheaties.
That's good.
That's something I recommend that a lot of families do. They say you don't have family time. Some people have like movie night or pizza night, stuff like that. We do once a month. We wake up super early in the morning and get Wheaties, and we talk about current events in the world, and it's good. Everybody's got their own opinions, and that's the great thing. Our family represents really thoughts all over the map, and it's good. It's healthy. I mean, that's
a beautiful thing, Tommy. That's a beautiful thing. Warms my heart. Hey, I like here families like being together and being able to talk and discuss things. And speaking of talking and discussing things, I've been thinking about something, Tommy. You hear this all the time. You hear about this stuff all the time. People debating back and forth. It's like, could a college team actually beat a professional team?
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, this is something we've heard for a very long time, and usually it's good. It's sports pride. Often it's like a small state with not a big population that has a big college team. You want to think that your team is going to stack up against the pros. I mean, that's what it is. It's pride in your own team, and that's what you should have. So, I mean, you take a state with a very small population, like say Ohio, and the Ohio State Buckeyes, their stadium's like 110,000, something like that. It's a big stadium, and so they want to feel like they could go up and beat, say, the Jets. They want to compete with the big dogs. So, but it's not an easy answer to do.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there have been some absolutely stellar amateur or college teams out there. I mean, absolutely stellar. You look at me like, that's absolute perfection right there. And then there's been some professional teams. You're like, I don't see how they're professional.
Yep.
They're not a cylinder is clicking correctly. I don't understand what's going on with these folks.
Yeah. I mean, some of them shouldn't even be in the league. And that's what I thought is kind of broken with the NFL is you've got the Premier League over in England. And so that's their soccer league. And if you're not performing at a high level, they take the bottom dwellers and they demote them to the minor leagues. And then they take the best minor league ones and they put them in the NFL. So like, if Detroit is having a bad year, guess what? Next year, no Detroit Lions. And then you're going to have like the Pawtucket Sandhawks or whatever a football team would be playing and having a championship run, and they're going to be in the NFL.
That's motivation right there. That's motivation. Now, Tommy, I remember way when I was a wee little Ricardo, didn't NFL and college players used to play each other?
Yeah, they used to go up to like Soldier Field most of the time. I think it was, but they would do. But here's the thing, I mean, with those games were promotional for the NFL because the NFL was not drawing a whole lot at that time. I mean, that's when the guys would go out and play, and then they would leave the field and they'd go work in the lumberyard after. Like they were.
Oh yeah, way back in the day.
Yeah, so the league was trying to make more money to pay the players, and so they would take the Super Bowl champions, and then they would play them against these all-stars, college all-stars. So in those games, typically NFL won, but not all the time. It was almost like, I think, a 60-40 split or something like that. But it's not, the flaw in that design is this, is you could have a great Super Bowl champion team, like all those Patriots years. There's guys on there, like we brought up before, you couldn't tell their name. You don't know their names. There are some scrubs on some of those great teams. So all you have to do is have to have a scrub that is going to be handling the ball. And if that scrub gets a hold of that ball, then somebody on this elite college team is going to go right after it and they can score a touchdown. They can score 20 touchdowns if they attack the scrub.
Exactly. Some of the best teams, like, some of the best college football teams, like, all the Alabama runs and, Ohio State, Florida, LSU. All these teams have some players that are now playing in the NFL, elite level players that are playing in the NFL right now. And then you got all these little scrubs that, they got, that didn't really do much. They're still on the team.
Right.
They're like the third string long snapper or something.
Right.
But and you got to look at. I mean, like, you got the scrubby right here. You got an elite guy who was going to be an elite guy as soon as he gets drafted.
Right.
You got to look at that. But some of those college teams, though, boy, I tell you, they were spectacular. But some of those NFL teams, like the 0-16 Browns, the 0-16 Lions,
right?
The Jets a couple years ago, they 2-14 or something like that. Yeah. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know if it's just. I mean, I chalk it up to coaching because that's what they say. I mean, all these people are quote unquote talented on the field. But, you got to get people in the right place, Tommy. You got to get people in the right place.
You do. I mean, but to your point, I mean, you're going to take one of those bad bottom dweller teams. You take your Alabama, your Ohio States, that LSU run from the Joe Burrow thing. They're going to beat those teams. Like they will beat those teams. There's no question about that.
I agree, Tommy. I agree.
No, so if you're going to take your elite level college teams and put them against the worst, I think the college team wins. But now, if you're going to do pound for pound, there's no way on earth a college team is going to beat an NFL team. A pound for pound, and I mean what I mean by that, if you're going to take the all stars of college and the all stars of the NFL, the Pro Bowlers, there's no way. There's no way on earth.
It'd be a massacre, Tommy. Massacre.
It would be a bloodbath. Yes. No way. So, I mean, the question is still a great question, and it's fun to talk about. But you have to put all these little caveats in there. You have to put these little asterisks and stuff. Is it asterisk or asterisks?
I believe it's asterisks.
It's a hard word to say. I think.
Yeah, asterisks. On those games and stuff, and all those titles, and the things you're talking about.
Right. Can we just say stars?
Yeah, we put those little star things on the end there.
It's just a hard word for me to say for some reason.
Now, I would like to switch to another sport real quick. I like to go to the NBA because there's also been some horrible NBA teams out there.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about like the 11 and 12 Bobcats. Man, that's just horrible. I think they win like 9 games or something like that.
I mean, that was one of the worst teams of all time.
But then, and then there's been some absolutely incredible college teams like the 66 to 68 Bruins. They had a guy back then. His name was Lou Alcindor.
Be careful.
Most people know him as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
You gotta be careful with the dead naming thing.
Oh yeah, they would destroy the Bobcats. That's all I'm saying. They would destroy them.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt about it. The Kareem's teams were. I mean, that was NBA caliber team, and you got to keep in mind, like back then too, with same thing with football. I mean, your college teams, those were the teams that everyone wanted to go see. I mean, even with your NBA, they were on tape delay most of the time. To watch a game. They were not doing that with the college games. Not the big ones. No. Not the big ones. I mean, maybe you're like a small, like Hamlet University, which I don't think exists anymore.
But you got your Final Four and stuff, and people want to look at that. But lots of the big college games, or especially the little college games, you have your local broadcast thing, and the local channels or something like that. That's the only way you can catch the local games.
Right.
But the big games, you have to get like down to the big tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah, but back then you could see it. I mean, you could see them versus the NBA. My point is just that I'm agreeing with you with the fact that they were. I mean, there was a time where I don't know that any NBA could beat one of the top college teams.
Like if you take like the early NBA, like the early like the 40s NBA and stuff like that, you put them against like a 80s All-Star college team. They get murderized.
Oh no, yeah,
just destroyed.
You put him up against like Magic when he was up there and playing in the hand.
Oh yeah,
and they would have, the hand would have destroyed any.
And now, a real interesting idea, a thought, that's just popped in my head. You know how for the Olympics back in the day, you had amateur folks, like the college players, they went to play the basketball in the Olympics.
Right.
And then the pros were allowed to go.
Ooh.
And then when you got the dream team, you got the dream team.
Yeah, the original dream team.
Now, do you in any world think that the college Olympic team could beat the dream team?
No, absolutely not.
Right. I mean, but think about with the college Olympic team, because some of those had some future All-Stars on them.
Right. You're basically talking about the dream team before the dream team developed.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's some. So yeah, lots of the dream team were on those college amateur teams that went to the Olympics.
And remember who was coaching the original dream team?
Was it Red Auerbach?
It would have been Mike Krzyzewski.
Mike Krzyzewski. Okay.
Yeah. So like you had a college coach.
Oh yeah,
coaching the pros, and you're like, whoa, this is like a weird hybrid that's going on here. But he just knew how to. They called him a basketball whisperer.
He was a good guy. He was a good fella. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he was great. He was fantastic. He was amazing.
So I don't know. There's a good question because it's just like I said with the NFL thing or a while back. You got your college side, you got your you got your pro side. I mean, I'm just saying 9 times out of 10 the pros are gonna win, but you never know. They might get a good run, something like this. College takes it on.
Yeah, no, yeah. I still think what I really want to see, and they almost did it with the big three, is have a seniors league.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. You pull Jerry West out of retirement.
Yeah.
You pull Magic out of retirement. Maybe get Bird back out there.
You know what? You know why the NBA is not going to allow it? Because it would kill the up and coming talent. Because everybody gets stuck on the players from their generation. And right now there's more baby boomers than any other. I mean, there's more people in a bracket where these retired players would destroy the NBA. Would destroy it. The seniors league would be the one everyone would watch and then people get nostalgic. And you got the young kids. They want to learn. They want to see Michael Jordan play again. They want to see Magic Johnson suit up. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that?
And the thing about it, a league like that, you have to have a huge roster on your team because, them old guys, I mean, they can only play like 5 minutes at a time,
That's all you need.
Yeah. You got to rotate them out. Or you're going to have like some broken hips, some messed up, some even more messed up knees. And, you
got to invest in like all those cryogenic freezing chambers. Where after the games, they got to go into those crazy chambers. And I mean, we are gentlemen of a certain age, and just a little bit of activity, we're about to kill over and die ourselves, Well, yeah, but those we're not high level athletes. I mean, I consider myself. I'm just a rec player. I play a little rec ball and have some fun with rec ball, but and I'm pretty good on the court.
I play a little pedal ball, a little handball here and there once in a while. Some lawn bowling, to keep my joints good.
That's a good one. Lawn bowling.
I love some lawn bowling.
That's a difficult sport, and it is a sport. We don't have to argue that one. That one.
Oh no, people don't give it. It doesn't get enough credit, Tommy. It does not get enough credit.
No, it doesn't. It's really one of the most underrated sports. I mean, it gets super competitive too.
I think it is the most underrated sport myself, Tommy.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. That they need to put that back into the Olympics.
I agree.
They did.
I've run across some people out there, man. I'm telling you, Tommy, I've run across some folks, and they are magnificent. Like it scares me how good these people are at lawn bowling.
Now, yeah, but some of those guys, they're growing up. They're going to like the academies.
Oh, yeah. Oh. They're getting scholarships for college on the lawn bowling skills and stuff like that. Man, I wish I was that good, Tommy. I wish I was that good.
You just need to be good enough to enjoy the game. That's with anything.
And that's the end of the game. Thanks for clicking. You've been listening to Time In, TTFN.